feeling blessed and cheery with the loving energy. The Loving Energy Newsletter, Horse Issue Number 1. 1. Hello Horses. 2. The Divine Reveals Departed Family. 3. Frontier Elder Loose Horse, How Know Not Blessings. 4. Sekhem Pyramid Transmission, Edition Departed Family. 5. I Move Forward with Spirit of Horse. One. Hello Horses. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Loving Energy Newsletter, Horse Issue Number 1. Today we celebrate the beginning of the Year of the Horse. First, let me wish you a blissful Year of the Horse. 恭喜發財，龍馬精神，萬事如意，百無禁忌，馬到功成，歲歲平安。Congratulations, wealth expand, dragon horse spirit, 10,000 things as wish, 100 no forbidden taboo, horse arrive, success achieved, peace all year and every year. Horse Year is a favorite for Hong Kong people because of the races. Betting on horses is a national hobby. There are races every Wednesday evening and on every weekend 10 months a year. It is so popular that there was even a research conducted in Hong Kong that suggested a lower risk of dementia for elderly people who engage in horse racing betting regularly. Gambling, of course, is not considered a healthy hobby. Not unless you gamble like my father did. My father would study the paper for ages, and he would only place the minimum bet. Considering how little money he had spent and how many hours he was entertained, it was cheaper than going to the cinema. Since the Hong Kong Jockey Club is a charities trust, which is one of the world's top 10 charity donors, my mom used to say to my dad every weekend, "You're donating money again." My dad seldom had much luck with the horses, but the world was a better place thanks to his accidental philanthropy. One day when my father was watching the races on television, I watched how he seemed to follow the horses even between the races. "Ba, what are you watching? What is so interesting? They are not even racing." "I really like looking at the horses," my dad said. I was surprised at his answer. "What do you mean, looking at the horses?" "I like watching them. They soothe me," my dad said. Years later, when I read about healing power of horses, I thought of my dad. He knew. "It's Dad's year this year," I said to my mom a few days ago. "Dad is Horse Year. I didn't know that," Mom said. No one knows what year my dad was born. His parents died when he was little, and in order to get a job, he made up a much older age. Every Chinese New Year, my dad would say this was his year. I told my mom Dad deserves Horse Year because he loved horses so much. My mom reminded me how even in his last days at the hospital, he was still studying the horse paper. My dad studied the horse paper extra hard when he was at the hospital, hoping that he could win a little bonus to cheer my mom up. He didn't win, but I hope his effort had at least eased off some of his pain. Once when I was in hypnosis with Mocha, my teacher, I remembered something about my dad that was relevant at the time, and as I was telling Mocha about it, I heard a horse clip-clopping past my home. Occasionally, there were horses on the nearby beach, but they had no reason to come past my home. Mocha tried to get my focus away from the outside noises until I told her horses reminded me of my dad. As soon as she told me that, I got goosebumps all over, Mocha said. Yes, that was my dad without a doubt. Chinese people are a superstitious lot, and they are more superstitious on special occasions like the New Year. They strive to talk about only good things in the New Year day, and I was surprised how all I wanted to talk about here is my dead father. I almost wanted to change the topic, but then I remembered, one of the first things we do in New Year Day is to offer our devotions to our ancestors. May you be blessed by your ancestors, and of course you are. Always. Love, Stephanie said, the loving energy. In the video, Abraham Hick's How to Allow Non-Physical Forces to Assist You, Law of Attraction, Abraham Hick tells us how our departed family and friends assist us and the ways they communicate with us. I put the link to this video in the description and the end screen of this video. Two, the Divine Review's Departed Family. The Divine Review, TDR, is a quantum health process that typically runs for 5 to 8 weeks, approximately 12 to 14 hours appointment time. Mocha Ahern was inspired by Anita Moorjani's near-death experience, NDE, as detailed in her book Dying to Be Me, to create this unique modality for bringing phenomenal transformation to committed individuals. All sessions are conducted online via Zoom. The first 2 steps of the TDR process, the TDR introductory session and Dying to Be Me book discussion, are always free of charge so that you will have necessary information to decide if and when you want to engage in the whole process. To read more about TDR or to schedule a TDR introductory session, please use the links in the description. During the TDR Dying to Be Me book discussion, sometimes clients ask if they would see their departed family. This is because during her NDE, Anita's father was present as well as her friend who died from cancer. My answer is that, from my experience, it is rare. Some clients reported that during the hypnosis session in which they had an experience as the pure essence and the realm or similar realm where Anita was during her NDE, they could feel presence of their ancestors or enlightened beings. There were a couple of clients whose departed family made a brief appearance towards the end of the session. I never had a client who had a departed family or friend who came as guide like Anita's father was for her. I think the reason is that Anita didn't expect to have this experience, and therefore her father and her friend came to guide her. Whereas a TDR client knew where they were going, and they were always guided by me or my colleagues. Don't be disappointed though. Everyone's experience is unique, and you will receive the exact kind of amazingness that will assist your transformation. Three, Frontier Elder Lose Horse, How Know Not Blessings. The thought of the moon cycle is 塞翁失馬，焉知非福. Frontier elder lose horse, how know not blessings. A long time ago, near the frontier, lived a father and son who raised horses for a living. One day, one of their horses ran away. Neighbors who heard this all exclaimed, "What bad luck!" However, the father, also known as 塞翁, frontier elder, said, "How do we know this is not a blessing?" Sometime later, the horses returned with a group of wild horses. Neighbors who heard this all exclaimed, "What good luck!" However, the father said, "How do we know this is not a disaster?" Soon after, the son was thrown off a wild horse while he attempted to ride it. He broke his leg, and the doctor said the leg would not heal. Neighbors who heard this all exclaimed, "What bad luck!" However, the father said, "How do we know this is not a blessing?" Later, northern nomads invaded the frontier. All the young men were forced to join the army, but not the son because of his broken leg. Most of these young men died in the battles, but the son continued to live. The idiom 塞翁失馬，焉知非福, Frontier elder lose horse, how know not blessings, reminds us not to judge whatever happens in our lives, but to live peacefully, as observers. During this moon cycle, notice whether you are reacting to life's ebbs and flows or peacefully observing the flow. Four, Sekhem Pyramid Transmission, Edition, Departed Family. I come across my clients' departed family quite often when I facilitate Sekhem treatment. It can feel freakish if we think about ghost movies and haunted houses, but in truth, they are not scary at all. Some of them are delightful to meet. Some radiate love, and some carry the most soothing, healing light. I always do my best to describe their presence to my clients, and some of them can't believe that the departed family appear to be such enlightened souls, very different from when they were living. Some of these departed family have not yet crossed over, but they are also not scary. They can, however, cause my clients to feel a bit heavy if they linger around the client's energy field for a long time. For example, a client's deceased cheating husband was around her for many years because he wanted to apologize. My client had moved on and was in a happy relationship, but she often felt heavy and tired. After I passed on his apology to her, I felt the heavens open and he left. My client felt a great heaviness lift from her. A few clients are curious why I am not scared. To tell the truth, I enjoy communicating with my clients' departed family. I love being in their presence. For the ones who haven't crossed over, I always help them to do so. I love it each and every time the heavens open for them. Those moments feel like scenes in the movies when pure light shines through. But it is more than just light. There is always this feeling of eternal peace. Sometimes there is a feeling of jubilation. Once I felt euphoria to the point that I had to excuse myself for a few moments to march on the spot to spend all the excess energy, just so I could settle down again and continue the session. Sekhem Pyramid Transmission started when an idea came to me to share Sekhem in a simple way. It is not how I normally facilitate a Sekhem treatment. What I do with Sekhem Pyramid Transmission is that I channel a certain amount of Sekhem energy for you. I also create a pyramid for you, a sacred place, to be placed around you when you are receiving the transmission. My Divine Spirit teams fuse the pyramid with elements and colors according to the moon cycle's collective energy needs. You can receive this transmission at your convenience during the moon cycle. Here's what you need to do in order to receive this transmission. 1. Get comfortable by either sitting with your back supported or lying down on your back for relaxation and circulation. 2. Give intention to the effect of, I would like to receive the Horse Issue number 1 Sekhem Pyramid Transmission now, to my highest good and will. 3. Relax for about half an hour. That's it. This time, my Divine Spirit team filled the pyramid with vibration of horse, clear quartz, owl, rainbow, and sailboat. Look up the properties of these items if you feel drawn to. You may or may not feel anything. It's fine. Having sensation is not a requirement. The only requirement is that you are willing to receive. Please remember to say, to my highest good and will, so you know you are in control. If you have any questions, please leave a comment here. I would love to hear about your experience. If you want to share the gift of Sekhem Pyramid Transmission with your friends, please send them the link to subscribe for the Loving Energy newsletter. The link can be found in the description. Five, I move forward with spirit of horse. The You Are Amazing affirmation of this moon cycle is, I move forward with spirit of horse. Since horse energy is one of the elements that the spirits use in this moon cycle's Sekhem Pyramid Transmission, I looked up the spiritual meaning of the horse. The AI overview says, the horse holds a powerful spiritual meaning, symbolizing freedom, untamed energy, endurance, and strength. As a spirit animal, it represents a balance between personal power and service to others, encouraging self-actualization, independence, and the courage to pursue one's path. Horses are often seen as messengers of speed, grace, and prosperity. So lovely, right? But what it doesn't say is how horses let go readily and easily. They pull on the go. It doesn't matter whether they are walking, trotting, or even running. They release whatever they don't need anymore, leaving them light and free. I say, let's be like horses. Not to pull on the go, of course, but to let go readily and easily of all the beliefs, thoughts, and emotions that weigh us down. During this moon cycle, say, I move forward with spirit of horse, daily and often, and see how much lighter you feel. In the video What is Love, Day 15, yesterday, a simple exercise to release heavy emotions, I share a simple way to let suppressed emotions come to the surface. I put a link to this video in the description and in the end screen of this video. We have reached the end of the horse issue number 1. The next issue will arrive at your mailbox on the 19th of March, Thursday, which is the first day of the second month in the Chinese calendar. Yes, the next new moon day.